Hey everyone, it's me, Matt. Welcome back to my Florida garden. It is a beautiful morning here in Orlando, and I'm so excited because we are planting up my front yard garden with some beautiful annual flowers along with some roses. So let's get into it. So before I talk through all the plants we'll be adding to my front yard garden, I wanted to give you all a few updates since I filmed my last video. So you can see here, you might remember we planted these two Tebuchina plants. I actually went back and I actually found two more of the same size. So there's one here. I replaced the smaller one that was in this spot. And then I planted this one back here. So now I've got four beautiful Tebuchinas, and they've got these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous purple blooms. And then, as you saw in the last video, my Texas sages here, the icy blue plants here, they're looking great. My white salvias are all starting to bloom. They're looking so beautiful. They're getting so big. These ones over here, you can see some of the buds. I've also got my nasturtiums, which are flowering. You can see the little flower buds coming in. This one over here, I think has some that are open. Yeah, so beautiful. I love these nasturtium plants. Over here, I did go through and we've cleaned up the white impatiens plant here. It had all that dead growth from the freeze, so went through and gave that an overhaul. Up here you might have seen, I think it's posted on Friday. This is an orchid that I bought. It's a ground orchid. It's called a nun's orchid, and it's got these gorgeous, gorgeous flowers, and they give off one of the most incredible scents. They just perfume the air. So I've got that there looking beautiful. Coming over here, I did plant all of my sweet peas. So I grew the sweet peas from seed. You can see I've got these bamboo trellises, and I've got the sweet pea plants. This one, there we go. I need to get it to train up the bamboo. But you can see over here, I also added some more sweet peas on these trellises. You can see I've got them all tucked in around the base, and then this one over here as well. And then this is that other Tebuchina, the smaller one that was originally over on the far side over here. I moved it over here. It is rooting in beautifully. You can see all this new growth. It's looking so great, and it's got some flower buds on it. I also moved my lantana plants. So previously I had these three lantana plants all tucked in right in the front here, and they were way too close to the grass line. So I moved those before they get too big for the spring and summer season. What else? Oh, I did go in with the pole saw and I cleaned up my giant bird of paradise plants. Look how different this looks. There's no dead growth from the freeze. They look rough. I did leave, you can see the new growth. There's new growth pushing through all of the, what are these? The stems, I guess, pseudo stems. You can see right there, the new leaf that's coming out. So yeah, I'm so excited that I got these cleaned up. It took all day last Saturday. And you can see over here, this is all of the debris, everything here. Let me zoom back out. This is all the debris that came off those plants. I also came in over here. This is kind of a little spoiler alert. I had my forked blue curl plants here. They were kind of done for the season. They were getting kind of dried out, and they had self-seeded seedlings all over the mulch. So I actually came through here and cleaned up all the mulch. And then these are the Iceberg Roses that I picked up that I'm actually going to replace those forked blue curls with. And then the forked blue curls are over here in this pile. I need to get everything all bundled up for the green waste. Same with here, I got to bundle all this with twine. As far as the forked blue curl plants, I was able to salvage some of the seedlings, and I planted them over here in the native wildflower garden. So you can see I've got a little one tucked in here. There's 2 more back here. I've got 1 more right here, another back here, and then the last one right here. They have taken really well to the transplant, and I'm really excited to have them incorporated here in the native side yard wildflower garden. So coming into the backyard, these are the plants that we'll be working with today. I really should have gotten them in the ground about 2 weeks ago. They're kind of in between bloom cycles, but there's flowers on them. They're very healthy plants. You can see how big they are. Just these big, gorgeous, gorgeous plants. So these are Supertunias. This is the new variety for this year called Cool Jazz. It's a Supertunia Vista, so it's got a very, very vigorous growth habit. And you can see the gorgeous kind of cool purpley, kind of soft lavender pink flowers. And then over here, these are Superbenas. And I want to say these ones are the, what is this? Plum Wine. So they've got these really, really pretty plum wine color flowers. They're kind of in between, obviously, bloom cycles. There's buds all over. So I got buds here, 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 buds all over these plants. So probably if I would have waited a week more, they would have been covered in flowers. It would have been more to look at, but I need to get them in the ground. They've been in their nursery containers for a little bit too long, and I can see that they're kind of stressed out. So we'll get them in the ground, but I can give you kind of a preview of what they look like when they are blooming. So these ones are Superbenas here. These are called Stormburst. Stormburst? Yeah, Stormburst. So you can kind of see their growth habit. They've got a trailing growth habit. Same with these. These are the Royal Velvet Supertunias. And you can see how they're just cascading out of these raised beds, looking so beautiful. So I feel like once I get all these plants in the ground, they're really gonna take off and look gorgeous, very similar to how these ones over here are looking. So yeah, let me get you all on the tripod, and I will place all of these plants in the front yard and we'll get to planting. All right, so I moved all of the plants up here onto my front walkway, and instead of putting you on the tripod, I figured that I would just place them by hand and bring you along. So what I wanna do is I wanna put one of these Plum Wine Superbenas right here, like that. It'll fill in this whole area. Last year I had a white Superbena, I think it's called Snowdrift, and it grew almost 5 feet across, maybe even bigger. And then for the Supertunias, I wanted to get one kind of right in here to kind of fill in this space. And then I think I want to do maybe another one kind of back there, like that. And then maybe one more right in here, like that. And then coming over in front of my giant bird of paradise, I kind of cleared out this area. So I think I'm gonna do the Superbena there, and then a Supertunia, so they'll really fill in this area. Sorry, my allergies have been so bad this week. I'm just sniffling like crazy. I don't know, I've been taking allergy medicine, and then I've also thought maybe I'm getting a cold. I don't know, it's this time of year. Okay, so then over here, I think we can do one here, and then maybe, I guess the other one here. What have we got left? We've got 2 of each. So I had 7 Supertunias and 5 Superbenas. I probably should have gotten 7 of each. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. I should have gotten 7 of each. Okay, we can put Maybe one more here. And then maybe we'll tuck in this one there. And then the last two, I think I want to end the corner over here with another Superbena to kind of stagger them, right? So we'll put this one here like that. Maybe pull this one down just a little. And then we can put this last Superbena over here by the other Supertunia. So we got a nice little contrast. So maybe we'll put this here. Maybe I'll scoot this one over just a little bit. Get them like that. And then, as I already showed you, the 3 Iceberg Roses are gonna go here. So this is my first time adding roses back into the garden in a long time. I had some white roses way back in the day when I first bought my house, and I struggled with fungal issues, especially black spot, because we have such high humidity here in Florida in the summers. So I really didn't know a lot about how to treat fungal issues or being proactive when it came to plant care. I have a lot more knowledge now, so I'm willing to attempt to grow roses again this year. I'll have to treat them proactively for fungal issues with fungicide. So fingers crossed that this all works out on my second attempt with roses in my garden. Also really quick, speaking of roses, it's not really a rose, but it's called a desert rose. Check out this beautiful desert rose that I've got here in this cool little container. This flower's kind of mangled, but I gotta get in here and wipe all these leaves off. They've got a lot of hard water on them. But yeah, it's so beautiful. Picked that up a few weeks ago and got it planted. This here is a plumeria tree, a little stick. Just picked this one up, last weekend. Got it here in some soil, hoping that it'll wake up, root in. You can kind of see some of the, oh, that was not focusing. Come on, focus for me. There we go. You can kind of see some of the, I guess the leaves barely pushing through, starting to form. And then this here actually is a dragon fruit. I got to create some sort of trellis to grow this on. Lots of plants have been picked up over the last few weeks. I've got more plants than I know what to do with. Also this one here, how gorgeous is this? It's almost black, petunia. These flowers are like a deep red color, but they are almost black. So gorgeous. All right, so now on to planting. I've got my plant tone fertilizer here. Come on. Why is my camera not focusing today? There we go. Got the plant tone fertilizer in my shovel, and we'll get you all on the tripod and we'll get everything planted in the ground. This should be a very quick and easy project, and I'm so happy to be getting it done today. All right, so we've got the first 3 in. I've got the Superbena here, the Supertunia here, and then the Superbena down over here in the ground. I don't know if I already said this, but I am amending all of the planting holes with this plant tone fertilizer. It's really good to amend your new plants, amend the soil with some slow release fertilizer. These plants are all heavy feeders, and they will definitely appreciate the added nutrients. And then I'm also gonna be, after they're planted in, I'll be adding them to a water-soluble fertilization schedule, which I've got back over here. I guess I'll just show it to you right now. So I've got the premium water-soluble plant food here by Proven Winners, all use this weekly on all the flowering annuals. And then for the roses, I've got some Miracle Grow rose plant food, which is also water soluble. So now let's get back in here and get the rest of these plants in the ground. So it is a warm day. It is so hot. I am breaking a sweat. I didn't even see the mailman coming up. He startled me a little bit. You might have seen him walk through. I think you saw him walk through the screen. But in any case, we've got all these plants here planted up. These ones over here, looking great. So now let's just wrap up and we'll finish these last ones over here, and then we will get over and do the roses. So let me put you back on the tripod and we'll get to it. So there we go. All of the Superbenas and Supertunias are all planted in. I cannot wait for them to spread and cover the mulch in these spaces, really fill in these areas. Like I said, these plants are very vigorous. In my experience, they've grown as wide as 5 feet in both directions on both the Superbenas and the Supertunias. And since these Supertunias are the Supertunia Vista variety, we know that they will be extra vigorous and they will get so big and so beautiful. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to have these in the ground, and they're gonna look so much better now that they're in the soil and not in their little nursery containers. They should really put on some size and start to really flower. Yeah, so now let's get in here and we will plant the Iceberg Roses. So really quick, this is what they look like. They're white. They are a shrub rose. You can see I got a great deal on them, about $13. I picked them up at Walmart. So I got the 3 ones here. So let's quickly get these ones in the ground. Alrighty, my 3 Iceberg Roses are all planted in. They look so beautiful. I'm so excited to add roses back into my garden. I've got a lot more knowledge now, and I feel like I'm better prepared to deal with the issues that roses have in Florida's hot, humid climate. Again, I will be proactively spraying them with fungicide ahead of the really warm, humid summer months. But again, so excited to have them in the garden. And then everything else I think is just looking so beautiful. I'm so excited. These beds are really filling in. They're really waking up for spring, and just give it a few more weeks and everything will be a riot of color. That's my goal. I want a ton of color. So yes, I am so excited to have tackled this project today. And then really quick, I wanted to give you an update. I did have a water issue on my seasonal containers. My poor pansies, the trailing pansies, they got overwatered. I was in Nashville, what was it, last week, and we had some rain, and then I had the drip system going, so I pulled the drip emitters out. This one looks a little bit better than this one. I mean, they both look terrible. The wire vine's still going for it. That's this plant here, looking beautiful, but the pansies really struggled, and so did the Dusty Miller. So I'll probably have to get in here and swap these plants out again, much sooner than I would have hoped. But hey, that's what happens. That's gardening. This is real life. This happens to all of us. So they're just plants. It's all good. In any case, like I said, though, I'm so happy to have added all these other plants into my garden. Also, really quick, here's my straw flowers. They're looking so beautiful. I need to get these transplanted out. I'll probably do this off camera later today, get these in the ground. I think I'm gonna just kind of scatter them throughout the front landscape. Yeah, again, adding more color to the garden. Also, I wanted to mention, I didn't water any of my plants in because I actually watered all of them by hand yesterday in their containers on the back patio. And then I watered the 3 roses up here when they were sitting in their containers in the mulch. Typically I do water all my plants in after planting them in, but that wasn't necessary because I'd already watered them all yesterday. So that's gonna do it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I've inspired you to plant up some beautiful spring and summer annuals in your own gardens. Like I said, I'm so happy to get out here and tackle this project. It has been weighing on me for weeks. I should have got these plants in the ground a long time ago, but hey, you know what? Better late than never. So anyways, if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you can hang out with me in future videos. And as always, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.